So this is a showcase of the demo survey of external redirect. Before we move on to the R project, the purpose of the external redirect functionality is to redirect our users to either a static page like apple.com, google.com, or to redirect to some designated pages containing users' IDs or status values or something. This is essentially important if you want to work with survey panels. So let's move on to the R project. Still, we have the survey.qmd file, which contains all your UIs, including your survey questions, your pages, etc. And also we have the app.r file that contains all your server settings. So let's move on to app.r file. Still, we have to use HTML equals to true. So that we need to render the QMD file first. Then we run the app. Okay, this is not survey. This survey is a little bit more complicated than previous ones. So it says to properly showcase this demo, add this to URL and press enter. So we copy and then make sure you do not have 2 forward slashes. Enter. It's still exactly the same, right? But this is different. See, we have the ID values. So these IDA, IDB, and IDC values are just fake demo ID values for demo purposes. Here we have 2 types of redirect buttons. A static button is defined in the survey.qmd. It provides a static hard-coded target URL, like google.com, apple.com, etc. A reactive button is defined in the server part of app.r. It grabs the parameters from the URL, these parameters, and allows you to use them to construct a new redirect URL. So we'll go through one by one. So we have 3 options. Which page do you want to go to? We have normal ending with static redirect button, normal ending with reactive redirect button, and screen out ending with reactive redirect button. How about choose the first one? We go to the normal ending with static redirect button. Here, these 2 buttons are both static redirect button. This one is just directly a click to Google button, and this one is the 10-second countdown. So see, 10 seconds passed as I talk, and now we are at Google. So let's click on the first option again. Now, before the countdown ends, I can just directly click on this button. Still, we're at Google. And without me explaining it, this click to Google also works. So these are all the functionality for a static button. Simple, right? The reactive button is a little bit more complicated. To make this work, I have to copy this into my URL. That's why I did it. So let's click on normal ending with the reactive redirect button. Click on next. So here, if I click on the redirect with normal status, I will have status equals to 0. I define it this way. I define that status equals to 0 means normal ending. Let's click on it. We're still at Google, right? But the difference is that if you click on the URL, see, you have all the ID values collected. And by the end, you have status equals to 0, indicating this is a normal ending. So following the same logic, we pick the last one, the screen out ending. We click on next. This time, I define that the screen out is indicated by status equals to 1. Let's click on it. This time, still Google, but the only difference is that I have status equaling to 1, which means this is a screen out page. The Google page doesn't change, and these values are just the indicator. So this Google website is essentially used for showcasing purposes. Okay, this is it. So as a summary, we have both static and reactive buttons. A static button is easy to understand. You just create a button that contains a URL and then just direct you to the desired URL. And also you can have countdown if you like. For a reactive button, the major purpose is that it can grab your ID values and concatenate with the designated URL. So this is essentially important if you want to work with survey panels. Okay, this is the end of this showcase. Thank you so much.